Hey everyone, thanks for joining. This is Dustin Nulf with Keller Williams Realties, the Dustin Nulf team, and the Full House LLC, Pittsburgh Property Management. How you doing? Today we're going to talk about a little bit about team building, so the basics of team building. The main question we're going to address right now is how do you know when it's time to hire? Okay? And this is not just about real estate sales. This can be implemented in any business whatsoever, any small business, any large business even. How do you know when it's time to hire your first admin or your next hire? It could be your 150th admin, your 150th salesperson. How do you know when it's time to hire? So we're going to look at that today. Before I get started, please give this video a thumbs up. Hit the subscribe button below and hit the bell notification if you like what we're talking about today and you want to watch more. I've got some good content below in the summary of this video, so if you want links to some great books that I enjoy and have helped me along the way, I've got links down below, relevant material. I've got links to my coaching sessions. We do real estate sales agent coaching for only $10 a month. We do team building coaching for only $100 a month. We do one-on-one coaching for either real estate sales, team building, or investing in real estate for $1,000 a month. That's one-on-one coaching with me either personally if you live close enough, or we do conference calls and Zoom meetings. So check that stuff out. But let's get started. So short video today. We're going to keep it short and sweet and simple. A lot of agents have asked me this, and I know that it's a thing that's addressed in a couple different resources. So if you've not read the Millionaire Real Estate Agent book, I suggest getting it and reading it, and there is a link for it below this video if you want to buy that book and read it, which I would highly suggest that you do. If you're even if you're a mortgage rep or a loan processor who wants to build their own business, an insurance rep who wants to build their own business, or you already have your own business, that book is fantastic for team building for small businesses in general, and you can use that model for any of those businesses. So check it out. So here's the simple answer. Okay, the simple answer to that question: when do I know, or how do I know when to hire that next person or that first admin? And the simple answer is when you're running around like a chicken with your head cut off, and you got so much on your plate that you don't know, what day it is even, right? So you got so much going on that you can't keep up with it anymore, and the leads keep pouring in, and you can't get to them anymore. And the way I knew it was leads came in, and I would be at an appointment, and I would get a call from somebody else, and they'd say, "Where are you?" And I'd say, "Well, I'm at an appointment right now. What's going on?" And they'd say, "Well, you're supposed to have an appointment with me." And I was double booking and had no idea what I was doing. I lacked systems at that time too, though. So I was double booking. I had no idea what was going on. Leads were falling through the cracks. They got mad at me. They left. They were working with another agent. I lost them totally. That's like at that time it was like $2,000 to $3,000 down the drain for me every time I lost somebody. Leads were calling. I wasn't able to follow up with the leads, or I would try to make an appointment and they'd say, "Yeah, I'm available at that time," and then I wouldn't get back to them because I was too busy. That's how you know when it's time to hire. When you can't keep up with that stuff anymore, then it's time to hire. Ideally, so as you grow as a business, you're going to get a better feel for it, and you're going to want to preempt that. You're not going to want to just wait until you get crazy to hire. You're going to want to hire before that. And at some point then you can start just hiring at all times, which is a nice position to be in as well because you're in expansion mode, right? So that's the short answer. As an individual real estate agent, what you want to be looking for is the sweet spot. So we're going to say between 24 and 36 transactions a year. You as an individual should be able to do 24 to 36 transactions a year before you need help or before you need to hire somebody. And for some agents, like if you're a new agent and you did 12 transactions last year and you felt like you worked 60 to 70 hours a week, you got to work to learn before you work to earn. That's a saying that I love. And what happens is you spent that much time because you didn't know what you were doing, so it was a learning experience, and you spent a lot of time learning and figuring things out. And what you want to do is, as you get experienced, you start systematizing things in your head, and if you can systematize them on paper, that's even better. But you start turning it into a process where you can do it faster and do it more efficiently. And you also learn, like when you're talking to a lead, is this person going to be wasting my time, or is this a real seller or buyer, right? So you're going to learn how to weed those people out. And if you're talking to them and you figure out that they're going to waste your time, you're going to put them on a path and say, here's the next steps, do this and then call me back, and then let them go and be done with them. A lot of new agents I see run around and they're just showing houses to anybody, and it's like, hey, I got $500 in the bank and I hate my landlord, I want to buy a house. Great, let's go see houses. That's how new agents process that. That's not the way to do it. You want to pre-qualify everybody before you meet with them. And if you start protecting your time like that, you're going to get more efficient to where you can do this kind of numbers alone, and maybe you might be working 50 or 60 hours a week, but you're not going to be working 100 or whatever you might think you have to work. But let's say you hit this number, you hit 24. If you hit 24, then it's probably a good idea to hire somebody. That's what I would say. Like, get ready now, because 24 is not a huge number, but if you want to hire somebody, like, you should do it whenever you're not too busy, so you have time to train them and focus on growth. If you wait, so like I waited, I had like 40, I was doing 40 transactions a year. I did have a part-time assistant, but I should have had a full-time assistant. Like, I waited because I was afraid of not having the money to do it. And it was just I was constantly just banging my head off the wall with just too much work. I was working 100 hours a week, which is fine if you want to work 100 hours a week. So that's my, that would be my advice. And I would say that if you have not hired before, it would be a good idea for you to get some coaching and training on that, because you really want to hire slow and fire fast. That's a good saying to remember. You're going to want to take your time on hiring people. There's people that I have interviewed where, it's taken me months to kind of process them and their personality and who they are, and where I thought they would be great at the get-go, like after I've actually had time to think about it and process it, I've decided that no, that person's not actually a very good fit for that role. They might be a good fit for something else, but I don't need that something else right now. Okay? So, and there's also been times where it's taken me a long time to just get to know somebody well enough to know that, hey, you'd be good at this, right? So I had an agent on my team a couple years ago, and she was one of the top performing agents, which is, she was a brand new agent. She did a couple $1 million in volume her first year, and both her and I could see that she didn't like it, though. She wasn't going to last because she didn't like it. And, I ended up approaching her because we had an opening in our property management company, and I thought about that role, and I thought, man, she would be great at that. So we brought her onto that role. I made her the job offer. She wanted to do it, brought her onto that role, and she's been fantastic at it. And it took me, about 1.5 years of working with her in the agent realm to figure out that wasn't the right position for her, but this other one would be great. So that's an example. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, hit the thumbs up, hit subscribe, hit notify, and we'll be posting 2 to 3 videos a week here, so we'll give you plenty of new content to watch. We do real estate sales coaching, we do real estate team building, we do wealth building and real estate investing. So that's what I'm talking about, and that's what I coach on. So subscribe if you like those things, and we'll keep the content coming. Thank you very much.